You see the smiles, the freedom, maybe a little envy for that carefree single life, but let me tell you, being single is not always a walk in the park. It comes with its own set of hurdles, its own baggage, and believe me, it's not always pretty. Today we're diving deep into the trenches of singlehood, exposing the real struggles, the silent battles that nobody prepares you for. We're talking about the nitty-gritty, the raw and the real challenges singles face every single day. Being single comes with its own set of challenges, especially when it comes to relationships. Today, we're diving into the top challenges singles face every day. Let's talk about temptation. That little devil sitting on your shoulder, whispering in your ear, especially when you're getting close to someone. You're feeling the connection, the sparks are flying, and boom, the urge to take it to the next level hits you. But hold on a minute. Giving in to that temptation too early, thinking, hey, we're gonna get married anyway, is like building a house on sand. You need a strong foundation for a lasting relationship. And that foundation is built on trust, commitment, and yes, self-control. Jumping into bed doesn't create that. In fact, it can create a whole lot of mess. You start dealing with guilt, the fear of unplanned pregnancy rears its ugly head, and suddenly, that magical connection starts to crumble. And let's be honest, folks, it's not just about the physical act, it's about the emotional entanglement that comes with it. Premature intimacy can cloud your judgment, make you overlook red flags, and trap you in a relationship that's headed for disaster. You say tomato, they hear potato. We've all been there, right? Misunderstandings. They're like weeds in the garden of love, popping up when you least expect them. One minute you're enjoying the sunshine, the next you're caught in a downpour of arguments and hurt feelings. Why? Because men and women, well, we're wired differently. Our brains are wired differently, we process emotions differently, and we communicate differently. What seems perfectly clear to you might sound like a foreign language to your partner. An innocent comment, a harmless joke, can quickly escalate into a full-blown fight if you're not careful. And before you know it, you're both digging trenches, building walls instead of bridges. But here's the thing, misunderstandings don't have to be relationship deal breakers. They can be opportunities for growth, for deeper understanding, if you're willing to put in the work. Trust, it's the bedrock of any relationship, the glue that holds it all together. But what happens when that trust has been shattered? When you've been burned by past relationships, betrayed by someone you loved? Suddenly, trusting someone new feels like walking on eggshells, terrified of getting hurt again. Past hurts, whether it's infidelity, abuse, or just plain old dishonesty, can leave deep scars. You start seeing red flags everywhere, questioning every word, every action. You might even find yourself snooping through your partner's phone, checking their messages, trying to catch them out. But here's the hard truth. Lack of trust will suffocate any relationship. It creates an environment of suspicion, doubt, and anxiety. You become a prisoner of your own fear, unable to experience the joy and freedom of true intimacy. We all turn to our loved ones for advice, especially when it comes to matters of the heart, but sometimes, even with the best intentions, the advice we get can be more harmful than helpful. Parents, friends, they all come with their own baggage, their own relationship scars. The scripture talked about children obeying your parents in the Lord. When he comes to matter of love, you are to obey them, but he should be in accordance to God's will, not outside God's will. And for your friends, some of them are just being jealous. Because they can't get what you have, they try all they can, and at the end up giving you bad counsel. The scripture also warns us about ungodly counsel. We are asked to stay away from people that give ungodly counsel. They might project their own fears and insecurities onto your relationship, giving you advice that's based on their experiences, not yours. And let's be honest, sometimes they're just plain wrong. They might push you away from someone who's actually good for you, or worse, encourage you to stay in a relationship that's toxic. Remember, you are the architect of your own love life. Listen to the advice, weigh it carefully, but ultimately, trust your gut. You're the one who has to live with the consequences. We live in a world obsessed with comparison. Social media throws picture-perfect relationships in our faces 24/7, making it all too easy to fall into the trap of comparing our own love lives to others. You see the vacations, the romantic gestures, the seemingly effortless bliss, and suddenly, your own relationship feels inadequate. But here's the thing, you're comparing your bloopers to their highlight reel. No relationship is perfect. What you see on the surface is just that, the surface. Behind closed doors, every couple faces their own set of challenges, their own struggles. Focusing on what others have only breeds discontentment and resentment in your own relationship. It's like looking at someone else's lawn and thinking, why isn't my grass that green? Well, maybe they're using a different fertilizer, or maybe it's all smoke and mirrors. Look, the single life, it's a roller coaster. It's full of ups and downs, twists and turns, moments of pure joy and moments of, what am I doing with my life? But it's your journey. Don't let anyone tell you how to live it. Embrace the challenges, learn from your mistakes, and never ever settle for anything less than you deserve. Remember, you are strong, you are worthy of love, and you have the power to create the relationship of your dreams. So go out there, keep your head held high, and remember, this is just a chapter, not the whole story. Remember, every relationship has its challenges. The key is to recognize them and work through them together. Stay strong and keep building a healthy foundation for your future.